Have you ever gone on a walk with a good friend? Today, I have a story about a walk, a surprise, and love. This story takes place right after Easter. The disciples felt all alone, and they were sad and a little frightened. They thought that there was no one to lead them. Jesus had just died on the cross. The two disciples left Jerusalem, where Jesus had died. They had to walk about 7 miles to a town called Emmaus. They were walking along, talking about everything that had happened. Jesus began to walk with them, but they didn't recognize him. They were walking along, talking about everything that had happened. Jesus asked, "What are you talking about?" They stopped and said, "You must be the only one who doesn't know this story." Jesus asked them to tell him. They told all about Jesus and how the chief priest had handed Jesus over to be crucified. He had hoped Jesus was the one who would redeem Israel. "Today is the 3rd day since he died," said one disciple. Some women of the group have told us a very surprising story about going to Jesus' tomb this morning. But his body wasn't there. They said the angel told them Jesus was alive. Others went to the tomb and found out it was empty, but they didn't see him. Jesus said, "Oh, how foolish you are, and slow of heart to believe that all that the prophets said Jesus, that was necessary for the Messiah to suffer all these things so he could enter into his glory." As they walked, Jesus explained many things that the prophets, beginning with Moses, had said to him about him in the Bible. Finally, they got to Emmaus, and Jesus walked ahead of them. The disciples shouted at him, "Stay with us. It's almost evening. The day is almost over." So Jesus came back to stay with them. At dinner, Jesus took the bread and blessed it and broke it. Then he gave it to his disciples. Does this sound like another meal he shared with the disciples? Does it sound like something special we do at church? Suddenly, they knew who Jesus was. Then he vanished from their sight. The disciples turned to each other. Were our hearts not burning within us when he was explaining scripture to us? They got up and returned to Jerusalem to tell the apostles about what had happened. Well, that was a really exciting story. I wonder how the disciples felt. How would you feel? Would you feel excited or scared? Would your heart burn with love? Can you imagine running to tell the others what you saw?